Well, hello there everyone. I hope you're doing great today. As today, we're gonna have a lot to do. We're gonna have a lot to unpack, if you will. As we're gonna traverse this mighty galaxy of ours for the finest, the juiciest, the most delectable lore we could possibly muster to obtain. And that includes characters such as Dunhang, such as Fushan, Lynx, March 7s, you name it, and we're gonna get them. We're gonna unpack as many as we possibly can within the next 2 to 3 hours. And honestly, we might be able to find meaning of life while we're at it, because you never know. There might be some hidden pieces that we might be able to uncover, and you never know what's gonna happen then. So, I hope everyone is doing well today. And let's begin with a little bit of a warm-up, if you will. Get ourselves prepped for the epic journey that we're bound to find ourselves at. What better way to start it than, getting your entire life ruined by obtaining some no good at all relics. That's how I like to start my day, Not with a cup of coffee, but with a cup of disappointment. Nothing quite like to wake you up. But instead of morning, I like to do it in the evening, So before I go to bed, I know my place. And I know, life cannot get better than this. That's what HonkaiStarRail teaches me every single day. And you know what? I should be grateful for it, honestly, but I'm not.
Is that all?
I'm already humble enough, Don't need any more. Also, guys, in case you're unaware, I'm still a tiny bit under the weather. And probably can hear it from my voice. Nothing too serious, but, I am a little bit raspy, if you will. I'm a little bit more deep-throated today than usual. Take it there for what you will. But hopefully, I'm not gonna strain my voice too much, so I will be able to provide you with an epic commentary, just as usual. There will be just as much insanity as in every other stream I ever did, so don't you worry about that. It might be just a little bit turned down. Instead of an 11, you're gonna get about 7, I'd say. Which is a nice little change of pace, You can't lose your mind every single stream, There's only so much brain cells I have to lose. Gotta conserve them for later. Because, I have my last one just hanging there barely. And even that one I have to share with someone else. So, can't recklessly abandon it. At least for now. Alright, so let's see what we're gonna obtain. Honestly, all I'm looking for right now is a nice little chess piece for my Xyla. I still don't have a single good one. Preferably, I would like crit rate, since the light gun that I use on her is crit damage. But I'll take anything, honestly. I don't have the luxury of, pick and choose, if you will. Gotta really to play to my luck and just take what I can get.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Usually, I expect at least one good relic. The majority of the time I get none, so
Who's next?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
A will forged in ice.
Also, just a little cautious warning, if you will. Right now, outside my window is something I would call, a bit of God's Wrath going on. So, my Wi-Fi might be dying at any given moment. It might not, you never know, but I'm just giving you a friendly warning, if you will. if you do get DC'd, it's not because, you know, I did anything. It's because Zeus himself decided, you know what? Not today. Not today. But we'll see, we'll see. Hi there, Savik. Glad you can join us. I'm doing alright, you know, still a little bit under the weather, but it won't stop us going on epic tales, achieving great things, and, you know, appreciating the greatest characters this world has to offer. How about you? I hope you're doing great, but do tell me if you know, because, you know, it will make two of us, because right now, honestly, these relic runs make me feel even more depressed than I'm already am. Yeah, it makes me have even less faith in humanity than I already had. Which could be interpreted as a good and bad thing, depending on how you look at it.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
I mean, Savik, I tried my best. I pulled out, you know, my godlike editing skills, and I went to town. I was like, what can I do? I have these characters, what can I do with them? I'll tell you what, I'll put them all in a foreground and just slap the logo behind it. And then for the background, I did a pro gamer move. I googled space, and I took the first picture I found, which is, you know, and then I blurred it. Honestly, I'm amazed at my own skills sometimes, Savik. It's truly a gift and a curse, being this good. If only I could apply it for, you know, the betterment of myself, but no. No. Why would I do that? Why would I do a smart thing? Nah. That's a silly move.
Is that all?
To be fair, I do want to get an overlay myself, but the problem is I forgot to download the game update. So it would take me at least an hour to download it, and I was like, do I wait for an hour and then stream at like 9? Or do I just make a Honkai thumbnail and, you know, go in there to get some fun out of it? And, you know, the choice was clear. The choice was right before me, and I took the easiest path. Which is not waiting an hour. But yeah, I honestly always forget. It happened more often than I would like to admit. Every single time I want to stream and there's a new update, I forget to pre-download it. Not because I don't play it, but usually I play on my phone when I'm, you know, not streaming. You know, it's more convenient. And on my PC, I always forget to download it. And it doesn't take, like, you know, 5 minutes to download 15 gigabytes of updates. It takes at least about an hour. And sometimes when I go to stream, I do it about 10 minutes before I need to go live. And it kind of messes me up. Maybe I'll learn one day. Maybe I'll learn one day to pre-plan. Clearly the day is not today, but, you know, maybe one of these days.
Receive divinity. A will forged in ice never falters.
Exactly, Savik. That is truly like the worst part of updates in Genshin and Honkai, you know? They take so goddamn long. They literally take more memory than, like, a fresh AAA game by itself. Not all of them, clearly, but, you know, you can literally download the game from Steam, and it would weigh less than an update in Honkai or Genshin. And that tells you something. That tells you a lot. Because I'm afraid to actually look how much Genshin weighs nowadays. On PC, in particular. I know how much it weighs on the phone, it's like 30 gigs. But I have zero clue how much it weighs on actual PC. I would assume at this point at least 150 gigs. At least. Unless they compress all their old updates and just get rid of them later. I don't know, but I hope they do. Otherwise, you know, it's a horrifying experience. Because imagine what it's gonna be like in 2 years. It's pretty much gonna be weighing half of your computer. And all it's gonna have is 2 extra regions. That's a horrifying thought right there. At least with Honkai, I understand, you know, you can all compress space into, you know, a tiny little ball and make it weigh like 1 gig. You know, space is pretty big. You gotta... There's a lot of space to uncover. So you gotta have a lot of space to contain it. Understandable, but what's with Thea? Like, how big is it? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can walk across it in like 15 minutes. I cannot do that with Honkai. I cannot traverse space in 15 minutes. See? And it weighs 10 times as much. Where all their memory goes? Does Celestia need our RAM in order to exist? Maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's how, you know, Celestia powers itself. From all the RAM gathered in the world, you know, it contains it, it converts it into holy energy that powers it up. I knew it. The secret hidden plot of Genshin unveiled right here, right now. You heard it first. Right here. Tell all your friends. We gotta stop it as soon as possible. Hi there, Greg. Hopefully you're doing great. Nice to see you. I knew it. See, I guess it's 150 gigs. I knew it's gonna be at least that much. It's unbelievable, honestly. I'm pretty sure there's no single game I ever played that weighs that much. No single one. And I've played a lot of AAA games in my time. I'm pretty sure the entire Dark Souls trilogy doesn't weigh as much as Genshin. It probably weighs around 70, 80 at most. You probably can download all the Souls games together, and they probably still not gonna weigh as much as Genshin. I swear to God. It's also impressive. It's honestly impressive. Okay, nothing good so far. 3 runs down the drain.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Fight is fun.
Join the club, Greg. Join the club. I've been sick for the past 2 weeks. And every single time I get a little bit better. A little bit better. The nature decides to pretty much, put it lightly, beat the absolute living hell out of me. With wind and rain. Every single time. Like, I went out today feeling, you know, kind of good. Not great, but kind of well. I slept, like, went to bed yesterday at 10 p.m. You know, so a reasonable time. I was pretty tired. Had a rough day. And I was like, okay, I'll go to bed at a reasonable time. I'll wake up tomorrow morning. Get some exercise in me. Maybe, you know, grab a nice light smoothie or something on the way back from my run. You know, something nice, light, to make me feel good. And I did that. And, you know, as soon as I went out for work, the weather itself just collapsed upon me. And the dark gray clouds decided, you know what, Lux, not today. Nah. You wanted a nice day. Not so fast. You know how this game works. If you want a good weather, you gotta sacrifice your firstborn. And you don't have any of those, I know that. So I was like, well, okay, fine. You know what? Fine. I put on my, you know, winter jacket. Was sweating my absolute being out of it. But you know what? I was like, I ain't getting any more sick today. That ain't happening. You know what? Joke's on you, nature. I have something called human ingenuity, which meant I put as much clothing on me as humanly possible, and I was walking like, you know, shaking a little bit side to side, but I was like, okay, I ain't getting any more sick, at the very least. And, you know, on the way there, it's like nature could sense me, you know, trying to fight against it. So the clouds just parted. And, you know, it wasn't quite sunny, but it was like, it wasn't any rain, and it wasn't any wind. So on the way there, absolutely fine. On the way back, though, as soon as I walked out, you know, I was almost, you know, taking my jacket off, you know, preparing for, you know, a nice walk home, and the rain started hitting me. Like, almost immediately. The rain started bashing me across my head, and I was like, Okay, well, I guess it's time to put my entire bear suit on and wallop back home, you know, almost roll like a barrel. And, yeah, as soon as I came back, halfway through, actually, the rain stopped. So I was like, I was being a little bit skeptical. I was like, they can't be right. It's gonna rain again. So for about quarter way, I didn't take my jacket off, and I was like, okay, well, I guess it's fine now. So I took it off and, you know, waddled back home. And it was alright. It was alright. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. But, you know, that's a moral lesson right there. Do not try to go against nature. Because, you know, she's a cruel mistress. She doesn't like to be challenged like that. Because if she senses your fear, she's gonna use it against you.
Is that all? Bloom.
Exactly, Savik. I mean, I do like my lungs. Well, then again, sun is pretty good. Sun is pretty good. It's truly a dilemma I have to face on a daily basis, and honestly, I still haven't found the correct answer. I still haven't. Because, you know, actually, the weather on September was decent. It wasn't great, but we did have some sunny, you know, moments here and there. But as of late, it has been pretty horrendous. And, you know, living in UK, I should be getting used to it. Well, I'm not. I'm not. And the worst part, right? I came back home yesterday. And my parents called me. They were like, oh, by the way, we're going to Spain for the entire winter. Anyway, see ya. Well, it didn't went quite like that, but it was like, they jokingly said, do you want to come with? Perfectly knowing that I probably can't. And I was like, Father, I appreciate your concern, but I do realize you're taunting me right now. So you know what? I'm gonna be a bigger man, and I'm not gonna reciprocate. But also, screw you. I actually said that. I was like, no. But my own flesh and blood betrayed like that. What are you trying to tell me? You're not gonna suffer together with your son? Right here? In this godforsaken place? You're gonna go to a nice sunny place to, you know, have your best life while leaving me alone here to suffer? Unbelievable. What kind of father are you? But you know what? You know what? At least I'm gonna have a point of negotiation when he goes. I'm gonna be like, look, father, how about I get some time off as well? Just give me like a week, maybe 2. You know, I'll do stuff from home. How does that sound? But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. In one way or another, I guess. But I also consider was like, I wanted to see what he would say. I said, yes, father, I do want to go. You know what? You know what? I do want to go. And in fact, I'm going with you. I'm booking the plane ticket right next to you. I'm gonna sit right next to you and stay you all the way down until we land in Spain. In Costa del Sol, until we land there, I'm staring at you, you know? Just being like, yes, it was your decision. You suggested it. I am responsible for what's gonna happen next. I just, you know, spent 3 months with my parents, and I'm gonna be like, okay, okay, interesting. Because I hate cold weather, right? I cannot stand it. My body refuses to accept heat. It's something I have been dealing with since a child. But just to prove a point, I would, you know, sacrifice my well-being to go there. That's something I would do. And, you know, I might still do that. I still haven't decided, but, you know, maybe I will. Maybe I will. That's actually a decent one. I might keep that. Might keep that. Speed boots is pretty good. Pretty good.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Liz, I don't know if you're trying to make a pun here. There wasn't any sunlight in my life for the past months. I don't know what you're talking about. The only sunlight I get is from my head, as it radiates